What's up, guys? I'm going to talk about E3, and it just kind of ended. So I was kind of not as into it this time, I would say, as I normally am. I had a lot of work and other things, so I tried to keep up. I think I'm caught up. Like, I know of everything that was there, with the conferences go and stuff. So we're just going to talk about it. I'm not going to beat around the bush. So there was a good amount of conferences that took up a good amount of time. Some of them I didn't catch, and some of them I did. Ubisoft and Microsoft and the PC show or whatever, I didn't catch those. I honestly didn't care about those. And in the end, they didn't really announce anything that interested me. I'm not going to be like a stickler and not talk. Well, I'm not going to talk about these ones just because I honestly did not think anything was that interesting and just kind of went through it like nothing. It was kind of lame. I mean, like, I didn't expect Ubisoft to like blow me away. They always announce kind of mediocre shit, but hey, whatever. I'm just going to skip over to Bethesda, and I watched that live, and it had some interesting things. It had, like, Dishonored 2, which actually looks pretty cool, and some Fallout 4 DLC that looked decent. They announced a new Quake game, which is probably just going to be like the Doom game, which is just going to be a fucking quick fad of, like, wow, it's back. Some Skyrim stuff, Skyrim remastering. Nothing, like, crazy, but it wasn't bad. It was fine. My friends were excited about things. Well, the next one that I really cared about was Sony, and Sony's was actually pretty cool. I'm going to get a list of Sony games at E3, because I didn't... Okay. Oops. Yeah, no, so Sony had some pretty good ones. They surprised a lot of people. Basically, right in the beginning, they had a trailer, and it was very ominous, like, what is this kind of trailer? They do that all the time. It had, like, a lot of, like, it was just a kid playing with some fucking toys, like a tribal kid, and, like, you were like, what the heck? They had, like, a full orchestra, and we were like, what the heck? And, basically, they came out, and, like, it was all, like, this voice, deep voice, and this guy comes out, and it's fucking Kratos, and he has a giant beard, and you're like, what? God of War? What? I thought God of War was, like, done. And it turns out it's not done, and it takes place right after God of War 3, and now Kratos is a dad, and now it controls, like, The Last of Us, and it's cashing into that kind of game. It's great. Basically, the trailer, I don't think it looks awful. I think there could be much worse, but it does not look like God of War. It doesn't. It looks like a Last of Us type of game, like a story-driven, like, slight emphasis on combat sometimes, very, like, slow-paced, very, I don't know, emotional game, which is not God of War. That's honestly the equivalent of taking Devil May Cry and making it into that type of game, because God of War was in that same realm to me. God of War was ridiculous, over-the-top action. It sometimes had, like, intense storylines, some interesting character stories, but, like, it was ridiculous. Like, it was literally the most over-the-top shit ever, and, like, the fact that they're kind of mellowing down and doing something like this is something. Apparently, according to this, it's going to be a better and truly more memorable experience than before, which is stupid, personally. Let's see. They showed some game called Days Gone, which is some zombie game that looks like every other zombie game ever made. They showed a Spider-Man game made by Insomniac, which seemed pretty cool. I hope it's open world, actually. I never really thought about this. Kind of an interesting reveal. I don't like Spider-Man's outfit. They kind of changed it around a bit, and it kind of looks stupid. It has a lot of white on it, which does not look good. His eyes being white was a big, eye pleaser, because it was the only thing that was really white on him, and it made it look nice. It's kind of like weirdly over the top now with all that white. Some robot game. Oh yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn. It's a game based around like cyberpunk-y, like tribal-y, something something something. You play as this girl with red hair who has a bow, and you know it. They showed it last year, so that's when I first saw it, and I thought, wow, this looks actually really interesting. And not that I'm like super like into this, like I was never like invested, like couldn't wait. But seeing the trailer, I was like, oh yeah, this game. Like I wonder how much progress they've made, and they have probably made progress. But holy shit, it looks generic. Like the theme and the robots and yada 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 look very interesting, but everything else about the game looks like every other game ever made. I hate that. Like, they come up with all these original, like, characters, all these original settings, all these original, like, stories, but they just have to recycle that same old, like, open world quest line, like, skill tree, Skyrim / Borderlands / every other video game ever made, like, formula. Like, they can't do anything new with that. It seemed so lazy, almost. It's just shitty because it's not lazy. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'll reserve judgment until it's out, but as far as it looks, I don't know. It doesn't look like anything interesting. And there's other games. Oh yeah, Gravity Rush 2. They didn't actually have anything at the conference about it, but it was shown apparently. Looks pretty cool. I like Gravity Rush 1 a lot, and I really want to play the remake on the PS4, so 2 will be really cool. There's The Last Guardian, which doesn't look that interesting to me, whatever. They showed a whole bunch of stuff for the VR. Apparently, a new Batman Arkham game for the VR, which is so stupid. A Resident Evil game that didn't really look like Resident Evil, and some other stuff. Final Fantasy VII has some VR stuff. I don't really care. I mean, like, VR doesn't really interest me yet, so can't say much on that. There's a lot of stuff for the VR they announced. Holy shit, I'm just, like, scrolling down right now. Some, like, anime games, like, some, like, really, like, just fucking... What? It's like a dating sim, almost. Whatever. So... that was it for Sony. That was all the conferences I really cared about. But Nintendo didn't have a conference. They did these like little live streams and showed everything else out on the E3 show floor. And the first day was like dedicated to Zelda, the new Zelda game, and I couldn't even like fathom how annoyed I was with it, because I was like, I don't really care about Zelda. I really don't care about this Zelda game. They make Zelda games every fucking year. Like, it just doesn't matter to me. Like, if they really want to impress me, show me new games. Like, I'm not into Zelda. Like, I wish they just didn't cater to that one side. But, you know what? In the end, that Zelda game looks fucking fantastic. And, like, it blew all expectations. I should have listened, because a lot of people were saying, this one's going to be big. Like, this one's going to be, like, they are putting a lot of emphasis on this. This one's going to be much bigger than everyone is expecting. And I was like, yeah, they always say that. Like, whatever. But, like, wow. If you haven't, I'd suggest watching that trailer. That trailer blew me away. It was so nice. It was so, like, beautiful. They showed all these, like, really nice set pieces. You can walk, like, anywhere you want, apparently. It's like... it's massive overworld, and it's massively, like, do whatever you want kind of game. It doesn't really want to, like, chain you down, which is good. And it doesn't really, like, feel like that's in your face. It just kind of feels like that's part of the game. It seems really good, and I think it looks really nice. It looks like it plays really nice. I'm definitely excited for it. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I haven't been excited for a Zelda game in years. Like, years. I'm pretty sure... the last time I was like, man, that's gonna look cool. Like, I can't wait. It was like Skyward Sword. I thought was gonna looked nice, like looked aesthetically nice. But besides that, like, I don't have any opinion on the Zelda series. So that's cool. I am pretty hyped for that. Not gonna lie. And then the next day they showed other things, and I'm not gonna get into this, but they showed Paper Mario Color Splash, and ooh, man, I'll make a separate video on that. Let's just skip over that for now. They also showed Mario Party, some Mario Party game. Apparently the art for the cover was stolen from, like, Chicken Noodle Soup or something. I don't care. looked kind of lame. You didn't play as characters anymore. You played as toads, which there goes like 90% of like the fun of Mario Party. I'm not gonna lie. A big part of the fun of Mario Party is like having your character and playing as your character. Like, man, they just took that out. Like, come on, like, come on. And they also released Rhythm Heaven Mega Mix, the Rhythm Heaven game. And you know what? I think I know why they released it. It was probably being in development, and they were going through the publishing process, and they thought, hey, like, if we don't make it physical, we can probably release it on E3. And they were like, yeah, do it. So that game's not coming out physically, which pisses me off. I collect games. I like having the physical games for things. I really don't like having digital releases. I'm not gonna lie, and like, that really sucked. So that's that, and that's kind of where we stand now. I think the C3 was okay. I don't think I really kept up with it as intensely as I usually do. I think it was a little bit more mellow. I don't think they really bothered showing big things off this year. Like, again, I reserve judgment for a lot of these games until I play them, but like, from what I could see, you know, they're pretty cool. I think Zelda was actually the highlight, which is crazy to say. I'm not usually a Zelda fan, but I'd love to see what you guys think of E3. I'm pretty impartial to it. I wasn't too into it this year, but let me know what your favorite part was. My next video will be about Color Splash, so don't worry about that. I will go off. So, thank you guys for watching.